watch the games, I check out what the owners are doing. I'm an owner guy. I got a jersey that's got my favorite owners on it.
Yeah, Belichick, he's cool. He's got that girlfriend. That guy's cool.
That's impressive. What?
LA has inherited most of its teams.
Nuts.
Yeah.
The Clippers came from San Diego, the Lakers from Minneapolis, the Dodgers from Brooklyn, the Rams from Cleveland.
Who's James?
Yeah, that's one.
LeBron James.
LeBron James, okay.
Hi, and welcome to Sam Brown University TV, or as we like to call it around here, SBUTV. SBUTV. The only university TV show here at Sam Brown University where the beer is cold and the women are cute. Today on the show, we have a friend of mine. His name is Johnny Pemberton.
Hi.
He is from Rochester, Minnesota. He hosts an experimental audio podcast with eccentric vocal effects and eclectic music
Where are you getting
selection.
this is wrong, Sam.
Especially
This is like an old...
reggae prank phone calls and guest interviews called Live to Tape.
Where are you getting that information?
From my clipboard.
Oh, I guess it's pretty old, but I'll take it. Yeah.
What's no eccentric vocal?
I mean, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, maybe even longer ago.
Wait, aren't you doing a podcast right now?
No. I mean, not actively. I guess. I mean, you could say sure. Why not? Just say it. That's
Great.
fine.
That ruined a question on the back.
You did? Because you scrubbed too
I
hard.
scrubbed too hard. You play Thaddeus in Fallout.
Right?
That's current.
Well, yeah, kind of.
You just finished shooting season 2, right?
We did, yeah.
Very exciting. You were Bo on the NBC hit show Superstore.
That was happening. That was real. Yeah.
That was previous.
That was previous.
And you are currently a stand-up comedian.
Well, currently, I just quit. I just quit like a few days ago.
For what?
Just not doing stand-up anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. Only live performance.
Oh.
Live comedy performance.
Live comedy.
No more stand-up.
Is that like clowning?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
That's cool. That's good.
I can't believe you'd say that.
I mean, I'm just making a conversation here, man.
I get it.
Ignore the mics. We're just two friends enjoying each other's company. And
Yeah.
one of them has a clipboard.
You do.
Do you do streams still?
I haven't done one in a while.
Oh.
I would like to do it again. It's just like, I don't know. It's harder.
You don't do this form of like hanging out with people where you send them emails and say, come hang out and
You mean like,
let's record it and then put it out for other people to listen to.
I mean, I did one with Fandom about a month ago. Yeah.
You were on his.
No, he came. He was in town. We did it.
Oh.
We did a podcast.
He was in town and he didn't call me up.
He didn't? I bet he did. This is maybe more than a month ago.
This isn't going well.
It's not?
For me.
Why? What's wrong?
Because I'm sad that my friend Josh didn't call me up
Oh,
when he
well,
was in town.
That's not, don't let that pollute the moment.
I mean,
He was only in town for a couple of days.
Our freaking sheet is
he
off.
He stayed on the street from here. He always stays in Burbank for some reason. He was even shooting in Burbank. He was filming something in Burbank.
He was filming something? You didn't
I
tell
don't
me
know,
he was
some little
filming
movie
something?
type deal. Yeah.
So
Should do this?
you're a
roll this
Vikings
up?
fan. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a good look.
I don't know.
So today on the show, we are going to talk about how to be loyal to your team, your sport, and how do you know when it's gone too far? I can see you're
wearing a Vikings shirt.
You're wearing a Viking shirt.
Right. I like the Vikings. They're pretty good. They're okay.
Have you been a lifelong Vikings?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
I mean, I went to a couple games as a little kid, but I was like more interested in the Goodyear tire racing at halftime than the game and making paper airplanes and stuff.
What was the Goodyear tire racing?
There was 3 tires you got to pick. I don't know if it was Goodyear. It was some tire company, and you got to pick which one you thought was going to win this little race on the board.
Oh, on the Jumbotron.
I always wanted Tuffy Tire to win.
And this is when they played in
Minneapolis at the Metrodome.
At the Metrodome, which was also a baseball stadium.
It was, yeah.
Which is a very funny stadium. I've seen a football game there.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. When you left, did you get to go out the non-revolving doors?
The non-revolving doors.
If you go out the regular doors, you get blown out by the air.
Oh,
really
yes.
Cool.
I think that's what I did.
That was pretty much the only reason I wanted to go to games as a kid. Was for that to get blown out the metro.
Yeah. Here's the funny thing about that. I was high on ecstasy when I went to the game.
As a child?
No.
Okay.
It was like a 20-something.
Wow. It was a football game.
It was a football game. It was
high on
Patriots
X.
again.
High on X or
Yeah.
E. Possibly
X,
E, maybe even X.
E. I think it was by
Molly.
that point. It was
this
it actually
pre-Molly?
was Molly.
Oh, it was Molly.
It was
Okay,
Molly. It was first time I've done Molly.
First time you did Molly was at a Vikings game?
Yes.
Who are they playing?
The Patriots. That's why I went.
Oh, you're a Patriots fan?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And
it's hard right now, huh?
they destroyed the Vikings.
Well, that makes sense because
It was
probably
like
when was this? Was this
Tom
the Brady
Brady.
era?
Yeah. It was a Halloween game. It was
Oh,
like,
that's fun.
and so everyone was dressed up.
Yeah.
And I forget watching the game. I just remember we were cheering a lot.
Right.
And the Vikings fans were so nice that like we kept repeating the same things because we were very high on drugs, and we were like, the guy I was with kept on going, "That's why it's in a dome, so you can sit down. And then the person next to us goes, "Oh, you said that one already." And then the
Really?
person next to them said, "Let them enjoy their fun."
What the fuck? That's
was
funny.
like that was the most like Minnesota thing. Was
I
like
guess so yeah, it sounds kind of Minnesota.
they deserve this win.
They deserve to have that. They deserve to win.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what was that decision to like get back in?
I wasn't so much a get back in. It was more just get in at all.
Get in at all. Yeah.
It was 2020. That was when the pandemic was happening.
COVID. Heard of it.
The COVID-19 pandemic. My friend Ricky, he's a film director. Ricky Bates, he was like, Pemberton, you gotta get into the NFL because he loves the Washington football team, and
The
he was
Commanders.
like, the Washington football team.
Yeah.
He told me I should get into it, and so I just did, and I bought NFL Sunday Ticket. And I just started watching football. And then every year since then, I just got more into it. Now I hate the sport.
You hate the sport?
I hate it. I hate the postseason. Yeah.
You hate the postseason.
I think the postseason is bullshit.
Okay, like all like the transaction or not
It's
even
just so
transactions, but
you know what I mean. It's like the postseason, the NFL postseason is just so like
there's
so much fervor about the different teams' story and everything that it's kind of like. I don't know. It's just so much at stake. With the first 10 games are fun.
I feel like I feel like
First 15 games, I guess. No.
with the NFL, the season, the NFL is different than a lot of the other leagues because so much is happening.
Yeah.
Every game
and the games
means
matter so much. Yep.
But then like when it's the postseason and people are still like, well, we still got to talk about it. You're like, well, this is way less important than when
it's interesting, but yeah, that's how I got into it. Simple as that. It was something to do, and I couldn't get enough.
Do you think the Vikings are cursed?
No, not cursed.
How do you feel you're lucky that like because you kind of chose the Vikings because you grew up in Minnesota and they're the team around you? Do you think do you look at the team and go, whoa, I'm glad that this is my team? Or how do you feel about them beyond you being from Minnesota?
I don't know. It's hard to separate that. I think I am glad that they're a legacy team. I like that. I don't like the colors. I really don't. I'm not a fan of purple. I like gold, but I don't like purple.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I'm not that, I could go someplace else. But I think they're a fun team. It's nice that we have new coaching, that they actually have a viable team now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because with McCarthy, it was just,
Who are you most kind of like, do you roll your eyes at from, like, who do you wish you could just not be a part of the Vikings system?
Nobody.
No? Oh.
Whole franchise is the best franchise. I think if you're a player and you get picked up by the Vikings, you're like, yes.
Okay.
This is a great franchise. It's a positive franchise.
Yeah.
You got like a great young coach who's really making a lot of moves. I think it's a team that people like. People like when the Vikings win. You know what I mean? It's like a thing where
I mean, people from Minnesota do.
I think other
And people from Green Bay don't.
Yeah, but Green Bay is like the winningest football franchise in the NFL.
Yeah.
And they just have like Green Bay's like a whole other thing. There's Packers fans in Europe and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's Packers fans. There's assholes everywhere. There's Packers fans everywhere. They're the same thing. So I feel like the Packers are like, the Packers are always going to have, always be pretty good.
Are they your least favorite sports team?
I was thinking about this. I don't think they are because as much as I hate the Packers, I feel like they're sort of like, it's like beating up your little brother or something like that, where it's, if they went to the Super Bowl, it kind of depends, but they're not my least favorite. I think I hate the Cowboys more.
Hate the Cowboys.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Cowboys and like the Chiefs probably.
There's that whole like America's team thing.
And they're now they suck so bad because, Jones is such an idiot. He's like pretty much senile, like I think.
Yeah.
He's making such bad decisions for them. It's insane. Like he's destroying the team. They could have had a great, such bad decisions. But yeah, I think I hate the Cowboys the most. But I love to hate the Packers. But if I see someone in a Packers jersey, I always say, "Go Vikings" or "Skol," and we smile. You know what I mean? Because
that's great. That's great.
I hate you, but I love to hate you.
That's great.
And it's also the Midwest, the NFC North. I mean, this last year, that was the most winningest conference in football. It was like insane how good the NFC North was. So I'm proud of the NFC North. You know what I mean?
Who was the dud? It was the Bears. The Bears were the dud.
Yeah, but the Bears
started
talk
out
about
good.
cursed. The Bears are cursed.
Yeah.
The Bears got something going on. I mean, because they just suck so bad.
Yeah.
They don't have any reason to suck. They really don't.
Yeah.
Something's going on there. Yeah.
So next we'll bring up my guest, Jerry Jones. No, just
Jerry Jones is here.
I'll bring out my guest. We have an expert that we're going to talk to about sports. Our expert today is Jeff Fellenzer, who is a USC professor of sports business media and a Heisman Trophy voter. Jeff, thanks for being on the show.
It is a pleasure. And now I can say that I've been a guest lecturer maybe at Sam Brown University.
You'll get a diploma. At the end of this, you'll get a diploma in sports and media.
Outstanding.
Same with you, if you guys do well.
I want one. So I'm trying.
So in sports, do you think like the level that fandom has gotten to is damaging to some of these people's mental health?
I would say probably, because everybody has a voice now. Everybody can be more connected to their favorite teams and athletes. Athletes have platforms they're active on, so you're very aware of things going on in their lives. And you, as a fan, can weigh in. And it used to be the way you would weigh in would be to call a local talk show and get your 2 minutes or whatever, but very anonymously. Now you have a name, you can have a show, you can broadcast, you can have a segment, you can have a YouTube channel, you can have a podcast, you have a voice.
Yeah.
So with that comes the ability to weigh in and at whatever level you choose, and it can be harmful and it can be destructive to the athletes or even coaches that you follow or teams if you sort of abuse that.
Yeah.
There's no handbook that goes with being a fan when you have a platform.
You could be like such a bad / good fan. Like you could be so good at being a bad fan that you could fuck up someone's career. Give them the yips.
I mean,
What's the yips?
It's like something that like if you're a basketball player, you might get the yips, or if pitcher where it's a mental block, basically, where like all of a sudden your shot's messed up or something.
You can't throw the ball anymore because you're so mentally
You're in your head.
Yeah. You can't throw a straight pitch anymore. It's
So if you're so good at being like a troll, you could.
Those guys shouldn't be reading comments, man. I don't think any professional athlete should ever read any comments.
But they're also they're all 19, you know. I mean,
well, some of them are. I mean, maybe in hockey, but
I'm with you on that, Johnny. I would say stay away from those, all of the voices out there and the places you can go to read things about yourself.
Yeah.
Listen to people dissecting your career and your game. It's hard. It's hard to shut it off because it just gets somebody say, "Hey, did you see what they say?" I mean, how do you people around you just so I think it's an issue that athletes are having to.
Yeah.
Has there been any franchises or like I know there's been like situations where like Kevin Durant had like ghost accounts, but have there been any franchises to be like like no Instagram, like let's like stay off of social media?
I think coaches can do that in college for college athletes, and I follow college sports, really closely. Pros, it's a little bit different because you are your own brand, really. Yeah. I mean, it's becoming more of that in college, but you could say, look, I think it's. But I've known coaches that said, don't do social media during our season.
Yeah,
and they would set things up like that. It's harder to do that today, though. Now with college athletes, at least football and basketball and some of the revenue-producing sports getting paid, it's harder to do that because it's sort of part of your deal in building up who you are, and it should help your school if it's done right. Navigating through all of that is really challenging. It's challenging for athletes, for coaches, for administration in college, and the pros is, as I said, it's harder to control.
Are there like psychologists who are like especially equipped
in every athletic department?
All right, yeah,
on staff.
It's a full-time thing now, as opposed to just used to be we have someone you can see, whatever. But now it's.
So one of the fascinating thing too is you mentioned brand. I feel like there is also a fascinating thing where like fans have their own brand, and it's not only just that they have like their platform, but like there's the Jets fireman. I forget what that guy's called.
They do.
They have a guy whose whole thing is he wears a fireman's helmet and it has the Jets logo on it. And I'm sure the team pays for his tickets to be there. They always cut to him during the games.
I think they do
and stuff.
But you probably had to spend a lot of money at first to get the.
At first, yeah. But like now, there's this carrot for all the fans of like, hey, if I'm like a big enough jackass that they're putting me on TV regularly, I could be part of the team. Yeah,
you could have a voice that's amplified if you choose to put yourself out there, and you attract a following. So it's very, very possible. The Chiefs had the guy that was
the glitter guy,
the guy that followed the team around, got in trouble.
Oh, that guy! That guy's a genius.
So wait, what?
It's a crazy story.
It's a crazy story.
Insane story.
Yeah,
he's like a master criminal.
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, okay, what's the?
Sorry, I know this is my show. I'm asking you about other news stories.
He faked some credentials, right? He was able to get down on the field. I can't remember. It's super complicated. I can't remember the details of it, but it's like there's going to be a movie made of it for sure. It's
there's a big,
stunningly interesting.
I think either Netflix or somebody did a whole thing on him and got arrested but he his outfit was something every Chiefs fan recognized, and so he would come to road games, and he got into trouble, just his own things he started to do, and his outfit sort of masked who was really inside there and the things that he was doing. So it made me think of it when you said fans can, become a brand, for better or worse. In this case, really bad.
So,
but not terrible. He didn't hurt anybody. He just he's a crook, right?
Yeah. I think
I support him. I support any type of crime against the Chiefs.
Okay.
Well,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Let me rephrase that. Any type of non-violent crime. Any type of,
Non-violent. Okay.
any type of non-violent or you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I imagine you later on, like someone being like, Fallout Star, you know, like
Johnny
says
supports all crimes against the Chiefs.
and then you're like, and then you point to like, no, look, I said, you know what I mean.
I support any type of crime against the Chiefs. You know what I mean.
Because you know
Look
what
at
I
the clip.
mean.
Do you know what I mean?
If you want to embezzle money from the Chiefs organization, that's great. If you want to sneak into games without paying for tickets, that's great. If you want to, like, you know, do any sort of thing where it's eroding their bottom line, that's great. Anything else? I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And is this strictly since Patrick Mahomes? So since they've become,
I mean, it's not even Mahomes; it's the whole organization. I
so
feel
you
like
had
it's
that
just-
even before they were winning Super Bowls.
No, it
right?
started in the last couple of years. Yeah,
I mean, you've
Yeah.
the whole time you've been watching football.
yeah, they've been
It's
dominant.
been them being dominant. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
In your opinion, what is the worst fan base?
I got an answer for that.
Oof, I think we just heard it, right? In any sport,
Any sport.
It's a city.
you know, I'd say Philadelphia.
Yes, I was gonna say the same
Yeah.
thing.
Just,
Yes,
just saying.
yes, Philly.
And
oh
you
my
can, and you
God,
can pick the sport,
it's true.
whatever.
It's so true.
You know, whether it's
It's
Phillies,
true.
Eagles,
Oh my God.
Flyers. They're
Philly.
they're angry and
Notorious.
they are notorious.
They're mean to their own players.
You know, throw snowballs at Santa Claus. I mean, you've heard all the stories, and it's really based in
It's
real
just
truth.
Philly
that
dirtbags.
They're the hardest to please, the toughest to deal with. That's who they've become, and I think they revel in that brand. Frankly,
True.
they
Yeah.
live up to that brand of being vocal and mean. And
Irony is, I love Philadelphia. It's one of my favorite cities to go
Yeah.
to. My favorite restaurants. But man, the fan bases, they're just such.
yeah, and I
shit.
will separate as well the city, and like
Yeah.
I like the city.
But I really
Yeah.
do think it's interesting how much I truly love the city more than almost any other place to visit. But the fans are so shitty.
I have an interesting take though, being like a Boston guy and fan of Boston teams, is I think all those Northeast teams are horrible. The fan bases.
Yeah.
I mean, I am proud to be a fan of Boston teams. Like I
But you have
love
to be, right? Isn't that
I
a
love
thing?
the Celtics
Yeah.
and the Red Sox winning the World Series in 2004 was one of like the best sports moments I've ever had.
Yeah.
But also I see a ton of shitty Red Sox fans around.
Yeah.
And then I see like Yankees fans, and of course is what I think is like, I'm like, oh, Yankees fans are the worst. But like, yeah, they're the same people.
Yeah.
There's the same bad
But
fans
Philly's
for
special,
the-
man.
and I feel like any of those Northeast teams, there's something about the Northeast, even
Yeah.
Buffalo, even, you know, like
Yeah, but Buffalo, that's all they got. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
no,
That's the
true.
difference.
true.
Yeah, you've also mentioned cities that where the weather is challenging. You know,
Yeah.
like you could be angry at. Like I start thinking about, you know, the challenges dealing with the things in those cities in the Northeast, and real resentment about you know, out here in sunny LA and the Lakers Celtics, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think there's definitely a common link to those cities, but I think it starts with Philly and goes
Yeah.
from there. I think it's,
Yeah.
would be hard to
I would
top
agree.
that.
I would agree. And sorry, Boston
Yeah.
sports.
But you know,
fans.
Boston, I have a buddy that I'm working with on a documentary called Beat LA. It's about LA as
Yeah.
a sports city.
Okay.
And we're having a blast putting this together. And we were just talking earlier today about it. And I said, tell me some of your thoughts about Boston fans. And he lives there. And he says, they're late to games. And yet all you hear about is LA fans arrive late, leave early.
Yeah.
He says, you go to Bruins games or Celtics games, fans arrive late, Red Sox, and you don't hear about that. You hear about it out here.
Yeah.
So like he's pretty realistic about the fans that he's among, and actually loves coming out here to see games in Southern California.
What I will say though is that with like the Boston like Yankees, there is like just like pure hatred there.
Yeah.
There's so much ill will between those teams. With the Celtics, Lakers, well, there is like, you know, kind of like, we're rivals there. I have respect for the Lakers. You know, and I definitely like that the Celtics are the more working class team than the flashy Lakers, like being on that side of that coin. But I do see them as like on the same, like in like one of those things where I love that rivalry.
Legacy teams, man.
Yeah. And like I love that like Bird and Johnson were friends, you know, like I love that they had that like common ground that they reached with that rivalry.
Yeah. I've been watching Bill Simmons 30 for 30 on the rivalry. It's a great series.
Yeah.
It brings back a lot of memories being at a few of those games, including the Rambus game, you know, Michel. But that was a time when players didn't change teams as much.
Yeah.
Free agency hadn't really taken hold, so you could, you know, there was a fierceness to the rivalry. Now it's not, you know, the blue collar. It's a narrative that it's, you know, they all scout the same players. They would like to get the same stars. They draft the best players, regardless, you know, of their, you know, they don't have to have a certain type of background to fit in the city like used to be the case. So, but we kind of go with the rivalry narrative that has been built. And I don't think there's quite as much. They're friends. They've known each other, these players, since high school. They played in travel teams and showcase events, so it's more interchanged, and so it's a little bit different than you know. And Jerry West wouldn't go back to Boston Garden because it was too hard.
Yeah,
like that kind of thing isn't happening anymore.
Yeah,
players switch teams, and
which brings up like an interesting thing from like the fans' perspective of like. I mean, you own jerseys. You both probably own jerseys, and like
I don't have any jerseys.
You don't have any jerseys?
No.
You have, but like
I got one, but it doesn't have a name on it. It says any name.
Oh, and that's fun. Yeah, like the way that they're advertised on
I got a Vikings any name jersey.
But
Cool.
that's a smart move because what happens a lot now is you buy a jersey, it's got a name on it, and that player gets traded. Now all of a sudden you're like, what do I got this jersey for? What do I got?
It's still a jersey of that team, you know what I mean? Unless you're following that person.
Still,
probably not.
But there is something like I bought a shirt that was a Celtics shirt. It was like it had an NBA Jam kind of logo, and it was a Celtics Gordon Hayward, Kyrie Irving shirt. Gordon Hayward snapped his leg
really?
5 minutes into that season, and then Kyrie Irving ended up being one of the bigger villains in Boston basketball for the last 10 years.
So he plays for them, but he's a villain?
He doesn't play for them anymore.
Okay.
He played for them. There was a lot of locker room drama. He said he was completely committed to them and then left like a year later, and everyone was like, good riddance was kind of the vibe. And then after that, there was all the stuff about the anti-Semitism and stuff that came out about him. And so we kind of got the good end of that deal. But it's like the funny thing of like, I'm not going to wear that shirt. I gave it away. You know, it's like a weird shirt to have. You know, like what is that to be a fan of a player and then like be able to like just like walk away from them as soon as they leave?
Yeah.
I didn't walk away from Kurt. I still support Kurt.
You're
Kirk
still,
Cousins. I want him to do well. Like I was rooting for him at the Falcons. I'd watch those games because like I just, you know, he's the first quarterback I knew, and he threw that special game, the greatest comeback in NFL history. So you know, I like him a lot. When we play him, we definitely want to beat him, but I still I just like the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about my former student and friend, just just had a text exchange with him a couple days ago. Sam Darnold.
Oh yeah, I love Sam, man.
Sam's a great guy.
Sam's great. Sam was like,
I was sure they would re-sign him. Like,
I
he did everything.
You know what? I'm surprised too. I really thought they were going to re-sign him. I was so surprised, but I guess it's that thing where they think that KOC is the reason that Sam has such a great season.
Yeah.
And they save so much if they let him go, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I think they got a pretty good deal on trading him. We're not trading him, but whatever you call that.
So you had Sam Darnold as a student?
Yeah, and known his family. And
how was he in class? Throwing airplanes?
No, it was interesting. He was a freshman, redshirting at the time.
Okay.
And he came in under the radar. He was kind of unheralded. There was a bigger recruit at quarterback for USC that year, Ricky Town. And Ricky Town was gone before his first official season started because Darnold was so good in the spring right out of high school. And in his redshirt year, he saw the writing on the wall and left. And Sam was just one of those guys that he wasn't going to be stopped.
Yeah.
You know, he's a baller. I mean, he throws, runs, tough, and he's a natural leader. And I remember when I had Scott Boris, the baseball agent, in class.
Yeah.
Sam came up afterwards. The students like to come up, introduce themselves, and talk to some of the guests that we bring in. And he introduced himself as the backup quarterback at USC because at that point he had, nothing had happened yet. And Scott stopped him and said, "Don't ever call yourself the backup. You're the USC quarterback. Your time will come." And Sam always remembered that. And that's who he became, was somebody that was like, you couldn't slow him down. He was a starter by the third game of his redshirt freshman year. Took him 3 games, and he moved out a guy who had been the National High School Player of the Year, who was ahead of him. Moved him out within 2 games and off to the races for 2 years. So a leader, he's gonna do great, I think, in Seattle. That's a good fit for him.
Yeah, because they need someone for real.
Yeah,
they got a lot of weapons, so who knows?
Yeah,
it'd be great if he did.
Why is it such a mystery, sports? Like, that's such a crazy question, but you have someone who isn't familiar with sports come in and they look at like a draft and they go, "Well, why aren't you just drafting the best guy?" And it always seems like every year there always is that guy that everyone's talking about. But then the season starts, or 2 seasons in, 3 seasons in, and you have something like what we have right now, like with Tyrese Halliburton, who is 16th and I think picked in the draft, and you just never know how a player is going to translate to the level of competition that they're at. And what is it that makes it that hard to pin down?
The biggest reason, especially in basketball, is you don't have enough of a body of work to really make a really informed choice. You are going with upside. These guys have played most of the time 1 season.
Yeah.
Like the days, Magic played 2. That would never happen today. He'd play 1, he'd be 1 and done. Every really good player plays 1 year.
And the college season is what, 30 games?
5 games, maybe 40 into the tournament. So it's basically half of a season of an NBA season.
Yeah.
So you've got one season. Now they're getting scouted earlier, so they have seen them. But that started too with the 1 and done thing. We got to get on these guys, start scouting them in 8th grade, 9th grade.
That's creepy.
Yeah,
I can't believe that.
And it's really true.
That's good.
But so how do you know when you've watched a guy play 1 year? In the NFL, the scouts will tell you, we want to see 30 games of a quarterback before we make this huge investment and feel good about picking we want to see 3 seasons. Now, Sam, for example, only had 2.
Yeah.
He had a red shirt, so that was his 3 seasons. But they saw enough in 2, so that's 20 games. But they'd rather see 30. So if they can be in the NBA, you got 1 season in college, and then you got to make. So somebody's 18 or 19, they're not physically mature, they're not in maybe the kind of weight program that they'll be in the pros and the kind of instruction year round. They've got school to deal with. What are they going to be like when it's all basketball? So it's not easy to you know, and I've seen too many examples of, you know, you had Kevin Durant or Greg Oden. I thought, well, you take Oden. He's the 7-foot center at Ohio State. Durant, the skinny forward, good shooter. Wasn't even close. It was Durant, but you could scout him for 1 year.
Yeah.
And so that's part of it's the way that the game is today. You don't see guys. Larry Bird played 4 years in college. I think a fifth year, 4 or 5 years. Started Indiana, and then he transferred to Indiana State.
Yeah.
So you had plenty of, you know. Red Auerbach was smart enough to pick him after his junior year as a future pick. But it's harder to do.
I agree. I tend to agree with that. Yeah.
It's also fascinating too that like you said, they haven't matured physically, but also they haven't matured mentally. Like they haven't like become the person that they're going to be. And sometimes as a fan, which to get us back to the topic, like sometimes those players can go that way where like they all of a sudden become someone who you're like, oh, I don't think I like this person.
Right. Yeah. Were you ready for your career a year out of high school? Like
no,
you knew.
I don't think anybody is though. I mean, unless you start as a child, which I didn't start as a child. So
that's what these. But that's what these
started
guys are
yucking it
like.
up. You started yucking it up as a child. You can tell.
I mean, but not like, you know what I mean? Not in front of the camera. In front of like.
But that's what these guys are being at 1 year out of high school. Like we're gonna pick a guy that's gonna be maybe the like foundation of our franchise. No pressure.
It's crazy that they do that, especially with these quarterbacks and stuff. It's like you see someone like Jordan Love or something. The reason he's doing so well is he had a chance to sit on the bench and watch. Who was he?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, so he watched one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. You get to watch him for a year, and that's why I think he's doing so well. Like I think that's why Caleb and the Bears is doing so poorly because he didn't get a chance to just be in the organization for a year.
They hand him the keys, the card, and said, "It's yours, and
like,
let's go."
He's not ready. He's like just coming out of college.
And before Aaron Rodgers watched Brett Favre,
right? It's that's why I think
for 2 or 3 years.
If I'm not mistaken. Have the overlapping of these great quarterbacks.
That's the ideal way to do it. Part of the problem, though, is you pay so much money
that you want to use that
you kind of have to because it takes up so much of your budget. You kind of have to. You can't afford it to be sitting, you know, idly by. They kind of have to be force fed and play.
It's kind of why, you know, Jordan Love is where he is and why Aaron Rodgers is where he is because the whole fan base was like, when can we get to the toy? Mm-hmm. Like we just bought this new toy. Why aren't we, you know, like taking it out there?
Was
not to refer to
what was Jordan Love's deal like? I don't even know. Was it?
I mean, he came out of Utah State and first round pick.
Okay, he was.
Yeah.
But I would say, you know, a bit under the radar, like late first. A bit of a surprise. I don't think he was guaranteed a first round spot, but they didn't have the pressure to come in right away and play. And then you look over like at the Steelers where Rodgers is now, and it's just been a revolving door since Roethlisberger retired. Like 6 or 7 quarterbacks. They haven't been able to get it right.
4 quarterbacks on last season. They had
Fields and they had Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
It just cripples your franchise. You can't get it right when you can't get the quarterback right.
So this is actually my next question is Aaron Rodgers. What's up with that guy? What's going on with that guy?
He's an egomaniac.
I saw him on Joe Rogan defending Alex Jones.
That sounds about right because he's sort of like he's like a contrarian.
He is.
Like Alex, I've heard that anytime you say something around Aaron Rodgers, he sort of thinks he's the smartest guy in the room all the time. And so he wants to be like, I mean, he's not stupid. That's the problem. He is pretty damn smart.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I see that.
That's the issue.
But
yeah.
It's sort of that he thinks he's smarter than he is kind of thing.
Yeah, but he also wants to be the coach. He was like, you know, he thinks he's like the coach of the team too. And so he's got so much baggage. I think that's his issue.
I'd like to ask you a question if I could, Sam. If Aaron Rodgers was your next guest on your show, what question would you ask him?
What's up with you, man? No.
That's a good one.
What would you bring yourself to seriously ask him?
how are you getting so distracted by fringe news? I would like what is it that's so appealing about fringe news to you? Because that's very much like what he's doing is he's getting very invested in, he's like a stone's throw away from a flat earther. He's
Gotta be so cool. I would love that.
he's
I would
doing
love that.
a lot of ayahuasca, right? And he's like bringing the other players and like, and it feels like he doesn't have an identity. And it's like, I mean,
it would be an interesting conversation.
I do think it's funny that I am like I do think there is definitely an irony there where I'm like, this guy thinks he's smarter than he is. I'm sitting here with Sam Brown University, and it's like the whole identity of my show is that I think I'm smarter than I am.
Remember Rodgers hosted Jeopardy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who else can say that
Really?
in the NFL? Nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Should have stuck to that.
But the answers are right there. I mean,
They are, but you have to have that certain persona. I mean, there's a reason he did it. Nobody else did it. You don't see you don't see Mac Jones up there.
Yeah.
You don't see like anybody doing that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you wouldn't see what's his name from the Chiefs. You wouldn't see Mahomes doing that.
Yeah.
He has the worst voice.
He does.
He has,
That's why he's so good.
yeah.
He's got nothing else.
Yeah.
It's like Connor McDavid, right? Why is he so good at hockey? Because it's like you see him talk. There's nothing going on. It's all going into hockey.
Yeah.
Every single thing in his body and brain, it's all going straight into hockey. He's got nothing left.
That's what I've heard about some athletes is that
makes
they're just
sense, though.
they're just all that's all they eat, breathe, sleep, whatever sport they're in.
You know, and in Rodgers' case too, you think, not to play, pop psychologist, but he was a guy with no offers out of high school. He went to junior college. He got discovered because Cal and other schools were scouting the tight end on his team. And then they finally noticed, and Jeff Tedford, who was a quarterback and a really good one, good quarterback coach, was like, who's the guy throwing to this tight end that we're recruiting? And it was this kid, Aaron Rodgers, who was a good enough student that he could transfer to Cal after 1 year. Normally you go to community college for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But if you could qualify out of high school, but didn't go there, but if you were a qualifier, you can go and just go right into college, to a major college after 1 year. So he did that. So no expectations out of high school, low expectations out of junior college. So it's been proving people wrong his whole career until he, kind of hit his pinnacle.
Isn't that a dangerous thing, especially with like injuries and CTE and everything like that, like to some level, all these athletes have been proving people wrong. All these athletes have been achieving the impossible. And so when a doctor comes to them and goes, hey, look, like you've had 3 concussions. If you have one more, it's going to be real bad. Here are the numbers. They're going to be like, well, I've been beating the numbers my whole life. Yeah,
that makes sense.
It drives you, like, the idea of being overlooked and not regarded, not predicted for greatness. So that drives you, but it can also be pretty harmful because that's a real intensity that you're bringing, which is coaches love. You're bringing great intensity to every practice, every game. And yeah, I mean, it's as you get along in your career, go, further in for especially a quarterback that takes a lot of hits. And he got sacked 40 times last year by the Jets, the Jets opponents. Had a pretty decent year, all things considered. I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible. But
if they hadn't fired Saleh, but they would have done better. And that was Rodgers. That's all Rodgers.
That got him fired?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rodgers and he's got some sort of crony who's like his buddy. I can't think of his name, but he's got like a guy who's like his second, his right-hand man. But he pressured them to fire Saleh. And I think they would have done a lot better if they hadn't fired. Because it's like, that messes up your organization so much. Yeah. Mid-season.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. He's a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a long shot to do that and to salvage the season.
Yeah, because I'll coach him.
Yeah.
Rodgers is like, I'll coach the team.
I always say, I talk to my students hear this all the time. Success in pro sports starts with strong, committed ownership. You've got to have people who know what they're doing, who are calling the shots. When you see a team, an organization hasn't made the playoffs in forever, there's usually a good reason for it.
If you're going to give up on your team, would you rather give up on your team because of bad players, bad coaching? I mean, I'm walking into the answer that you're just telling me, or bad ownership.
I'm never giving up. It's part of the fun.
Like you don't have your Vikings. If you found out that
Never, no matter what.
Oh, the owner of the Vikings just went into a school and killed a bunch of kids, you'd be like, well, he probably has his reasons.
Oh, well, I bet he wouldn't be the owner anymore. How about that? I bet he would probably not own the team anymore. They'd probably find some thing. You got to sell it. You got to sell it to, somebody to sell it to the Maras. From a Mara team. But I think liking a team, it sucks. That's part of the fun.
Yeah.
Is you like the team, like commiserating that's what makes it cool. I honestly, I say this, I'm very serious about this. I would not want to be a Chiefs fan because it seems like not very fun to have a team that's so good.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't know.
I don't know. When going through the McCourt years with the Dodgers, I was in San Diego yesterday for the Dodgers-Padres game.
Yeah.
Took the train down. Beautiful, wonderful experience. I mean, it would have been fun if the Dodgers were a last place team, but it's a lot more fun. And the expectation is when you're in a market of this size and you have the resources, you should be investing the resources in the team instead of using those resources as your personal ATM like Frank McCourt was doing.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was like,
he was bad.
It was bad. He was bad. And you shouldn't have an owner that runs a team like he did, especially a storied franchise.
Yeah.
So I think fans and ownership sort of have this unspoken pact. We, like you, Johnny, will be loyal. We're going to be behind the team. I'm going to be there through thick and thin, all of that. And here's what I ask of you. Do everything in your power to make this team as good as you can make it. That's why when the people are talking about the money the Dodgers are spending, like, would you be happier if the owners had another piece of property or another, another luxury car? Or would you rather give it to a player? Even if it doesn't work out, at least you tried. You gave it to. That's why I don't understand when criticism of, the Dodgers are the best team money can buy. They're trying to win. They're doing, and maybe you go to fewer games because the tickets are more expensive, but your team's winning. And it's fun when your team wins because it's gone the other way and it's not fun. I mean, it's the games are okay. It's a good experience. Always good to go to the game and try to have a good time. But you want to win. When the Dodgers won the World Series last year, it was pretty cool.
Probably not too fun to be an athletics fan right now.
Oof.
They don't even have
bad ownership.
Don't even have a city.
Oh, they don't? What do you mean? I don't even know what happened.
They're on their way to Las Vegas, and so right now they are just the Athletics.
Why does this keep happening?
Pit stop in Sacramento for 3 years while they build the stadium in Vegas.
Yeah,
and
that sucks.
And they just sat there for years and years in Oakland. I mean, Oakland's in the Bay Area. That's a pretty vibrant sports market.
Yeah.
But they were trying to pitch it as like a small market team. We are a small market team. Silicon Valley's down. I mean, come on, small
it's right
market.
there. Yeah, I mean, but baseball. I don't know about baseball. Is weird to me. I think you can be a small market hockey team now and have a lot of fun, but baseball, it seems like it's a bigger sport, right? So maybe I don't know.
It is, and there's plenty of money. I don't get if you have the money and you're choosing not to invest in the team. And the A's ownership, John Fisher, plenty of money. They just chose not to invest like they should have. And they were still developing some pretty good players.
Yeah.
That they just wouldn't keep as soon as they got the other contract. They would trade them before they.
Well, they kind of. I mean, I imagine that the A's specifically were sort of spoiled by Billy Beane and probably oh well, that worked. It should always work. And it's no, everyone saw what you were doing. You changed the game, but now the game's changed and
a super passionate fan base. You used to hear them, you could hear the drum beat in the background. Fans were really into it, a core.
Yeah.
And they, that was their reward is they just left town.
Where would the line be for you with the team? What would it be to get, Who's your favorite team? Dodgers?
I would say Dodgers. I mean, and that's pro sports, like colleges.
What about a football team?
Rams. I mean, I would
All
I would say when they left for St. Louis, I kind of lost interest. I wasn't one of those. Well, they're still Rams. No, they left and it just wasn't the same.
So moving,
back.
that's a line.
Yeah, I think when the team leaves.
Oh, but that's inexcusable. That's absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
that's
leave town.
Okay.
That's not the same team. You should when the North Stars went to Dallas.
Yeah.
That was like the biggest betrayal of all. That was just incredible. Like the Minnesota doesn't have a hockey team.
They became the South Stars.
Yeah.
Oh, just the worst.
I will say though, I appreciate members of Raider Nation. Like they've stuck with that team
But that's
through
also
multiple cities.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean.
Well, they're in Vegas now.
Yeah, but Vegas
they
is
went from
Vegas
they
is
went
the
from
next,
LA to Oakland to Vegas.
Yeah, it's all,
well, Oakland,
it's all
LA,
kinda-
Oakland again.
Oakland again.
So they're always
Yeah.
nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you go from New Orleans to Utah, that's a little different.
Or how about this? Brooklyn to Los Angeles.
Yep.
You understand why
Right.
Brooklyn fans back there boo the Dodgers always is
Milwaukee to Atlanta.
Minnesota to Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Right, exactly.
LA has inherited most of its
God,
teams.
it's nuts.
Yeah.
The Clippers came from San Diego, the Lakers from Minneapolis, the Dodgers from Brooklyn, the Rams from Cleveland. They were going
there's
west,
so many.
heading west.
So that's all you have to do. If you move, you're
Yeah.
dead to me. You're
That's the
fucking
line.
can't imagine that.
What about
Oh,
the
this-
players though? If they leave the team, you said you'll follow them.
It depends who it is. Like I want to
Yeah.
follow Patrick Peterson, but he's also what is he a cornerback?
Corner.
You know?
Yeah.
You don't even follow a cornerback around. Also, he's pretty old too. You know what I mean?
All right, old cornerbacks.
Maybe a tight end. I'm a huge tight end guy. You know,
Yeah.
I
if
love tight
Hawkinson
ends,
goes
too.
someplace, I'll go with Hawkinson. But the problem is a lot of times the players you get are from your rival team or they go to your rival team. So that's like a thing where you obviously I can't. There's no one who followed Aaron Jones to the Vikings. That would be insane.
Right. It didn't used to be an issue because players before free agency or even in the early years, especially the NFL, which took a long time to get to where the other leagues were in free agency, guys just didn't change teams much, so you didn't have to deal with that. Now you're used to it. Guys move around a lot. Kevin Durant's,
So we've become
jumped
just
around.
desensitized to it and accept that, like, yeah, this is part of the thing.
You follow the player, but I don't think you have the same passion when he's playing against your team 2 years,
Yeah.
2 years after he, our player says, like Kawhi Leonard came to the Clippers and wanted another star with him and made the Clippers trade for,
The
didn't make
current MVP.
Paul
yeah.
traded Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to get the guy that Kawhi wanted that would get them Kawhi. So
Yeah.
What do you think about Brady going to the Bucks? Did you follow Brady at all?
Not really. It's funny because I did have a lot of friends who were like, when the Buccaneers won that Super Bowl, and they were like, well, I guess Brady was the magic. And I was like, I loved the team. Like, I was a fan of the
You're a Belichick
duo
guy.
of Belichick and Brady. Yeah, Belichick, he's cool. He's got that girlfriend. That guy's cool.
It's a prostitute. What?
breaking news.
Yeah. Okay, we got a game to play.
Okay.
Cringe or cool? We have all sorts of players and fans out there doing things that are cringy and all sorts of players doing things that we think are cool. So today, we're going to be the judge of which we think is which.
Ugh,
Lakers, wedding, topper,
bad.
and
Cringe.
it looks like that's the garter belt on a football. So instead of throwing the garter belt, the groom is going to throw a tight spiral.
I think that's cool. I'm not down with
Okay. All right.
It's all cringe to me.
All cringe?
Well, in
We'll
fact,
say,
having a wedding is cringe.
okay. Agreed.
Elope.
This is Cringe.
All right. Painting yourself blue.
Yeah, that's the Cameron Crazies.
Duke or something?
Duke basketball. The Cameron
This is cool. It's
Crazies.
fun, right?
I've
It's
been
fun.
there for a few games. It's a amazing experience, and you go there as much to see the Cameron Crazies as you do the game. So cool.
Why do they call them the Cameron Craze?
Cameron Indoor Stadium. And so those are the kids, those are the students at Duke.
Do you know what I like about this? What makes it cool? It's the students. It's just the kids. It's
Well,
just
these
the
are
kids.
and these are 4.0 pre-meds mixed in with future accountants and
couple
you
R
know,
words in there.
I mean, it's
Huh?
Wait,
fun.
couple R words in there?
Not the R word you're thinking. Lacrosse player R word.
Oh, okay,
Mm.
okay. It's a Duke lacrosse joke.
Yeah.
I thought it was a different kind of joke.
I know.
And
No. Hell yes.
Oof. Oof.
Where is this even?
I don't even get
I think
what
it's
this
Buffalo. I see
is.
a Bills
Buffalo?
hat in the background. This is cool.
Red and yellow.
He's a Buffalo Bills superfan named Ken Pinto Ron Johnson.
This is why
Wow.
Buffalo needs to win a Super Bowl.
Celebrating
Wow.
ketchup and mustard. American traditions. Yeah, I've changed my mind. I first looked at it and said, that's an experiment gone very wrong. But explanation, and there's his prop.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with it.
I wonder
Oh,
what that
go
guy's
cool.
skin's like.
Does it
Yeah.
matter?
Like, does it? I wonder if it has a positive effect on his
Probably, yeah.
skin. Because every week, it's like
But probably 74 Miller Lights counteracts that.
Yes.
You know?
cool.
I'll
Yeah,
say
that
cool.
one. Mark that one down
Yeah.
as cool.
Good job.
Okay, we have a few tattoos here.
Hey,
We
bad.
have
So he's celebrating just being in Major League Baseball as opposed to aligning with a team.
yeah. I think the funny thing about that is it's a bad tattoo.
mhm.
Yeah.
Like for what
Yeah,
it
it's
is,
not level.
that could be a much better tattoo. All right, now this is fans who get their team's logo tattooed on them.
Is it a Giants logo?
It is
It's
a
a Giants
logo.
logo.
I think it looks like it's
Yeah.
wrong though.
It does look like it's wrong, I would say. Yeah.
I'm going to say cringy for the Giants because I
Yeah.
Hate the
Cringy
Giants,
for the
so-
Giants.
It's
Yeah.
all cringe here.
And then this last tattoo, this is a funny one.
The Incredibles.
It says Life in the font of the movie Life. And it's John Q, Will Smith in the movie Hitch when he has an allergic reaction, Wesley Snipes from White Man Can't Jump,
yeah.
and Dash from The Incredibles. That is a tattoo that Jason Tatum has, I think, on his
Who's
leg.
Jason Tatum?
Yeah.
He's
Wow.
the star of the Boston Celtics.
Oh,
I wonder what the
that's insane.
wow. To have that permanently
Yeah.
on your body.
That's kind of cool because it's so bad.
Yeah.
I think I love the detail of Will Smith from the movie Hitch when he
It's
has
nuts.
an allergic reaction, which is just like a comedic sequence within the
Yeah.
movie.
And I'm happy for my friend Ron Shelton, who wrote and directed White Man Can't Jump,
Oh.
Bull Durham. So happy that Ron gets more exposure for his work. So I'm good there.
Now you were in Blue Chips, right?
On the cutting room floor.
Oh,
But I
on the
did have thanks to Ron, I did have a small part in Cobb, the movie he
Okay.
made about
Ty
Cobb's
Cobb,
life.
yeah.
But Blue Chips, I was in the trailer, and they made a cut from the trailer to the release of the film 3 weeks later.
Oh, wow. But you worked with William Friedkin then.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, a day or two of work, but yeah, a passionate Celtics fan, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Huge Celtics
Did
fan.
not know that.
You know.
Wow. Okay, so this is
Oh,
I'm
this
sure
is-
you've
this
got
is famous, right?
Yeah. This is a
Absolute cringe, all-time
Yankees
cringe.
fan who was a different kind of athlete who was like, I think a college athlete in
In
football or
drinking
something. Like,
or in like
I think he knew what was it? Gronk. He
Oh.
like went to college with Rob
Gronk's from
Gronkowski.
Jersey.
And he tried to pull the ball out of Mookie Betts' glove.
what was the call on this? I don't remember what happened exactly.
It was fan interference.
Interference.
Oh, it
Yeah,
was. And
they-
so, what does that mean when it's fan interference in baseball?
It could mean I
They,
think
they
either
made
thing.
it an out,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
yeah, I mean, wasn't even trying to hide what he was doing, which
Yeah.
was just completely take it away from. Like you're interfering. That's different than the Cubs
Yeah.
You know, the Bartman thing, because Bartman just was trying to catch a foul ball. He wasn't trying to
He didn't-
prevent somebody from.
Yeah, he didn't know
doing
what was
his job.
going
This is
on.
the World Series.
And this is
too.
the thing
Right.
too with this.
Right.
This is the thing
It's only
too.
the World Series.
It's the World
It's like-
Series.
He could easily hurt Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
He could easily break his arm or something like that. And you know, like when this happened, I was like, this is so cringe, because anyone who is like, you know what, that's a fan, is like encouraging people to hurt the other players on the opposing team
Yeah.
and saying that that's the way we should be behaving.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So this is a recent one.
Miles Turner.
So Miles Turner, someone named their child after Miles Turner. That's just
But-
complete fandom of the team. That's not
Very-
even.
Yeah. Very cool.
I bet they're, you know, that is like they're psyched now that the team even just making it to the finals
Oh,
this season.
Are
They're
you kidding?
like, oh, I named my son after Miles Turner, and now look at it.
Think of the pro athletes that have caused the change in naming. Like there was no Shaquille.
Yeah.
There were no Denzels. There were no Kobes before these guys. There weren't. My friend Keyshawn Johnson. I had a kid in class, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 years ago. Keyshawn came out in '96. I asked him, he's from Florida, and Keyshawn played for the Bucks after he left the Jets. I said, just out of curiosity, were you named after Keyshawn? Yeah, he was. So think of the names that have caused changes in.
I heard that Jalen Rose's mom like combined 2 names to make Jalen, and
Jay
that
and Lynn.
Jason and Lynn, yeah. But like that was, she just like pulled it out of the air. There were no Jalens, and so she was like Jalen Rose.
There were
And
definitely no Kobes until
Yeah,
Joe Bryant had the idea of had played in Japan, and Kobe in Japan, and
oh, I didn't know that.
gosh, now there's Kobes on almost every college football team. There'll be a Kobe.
That's wild.
Yeah, and Shaquille's.
So cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
If you named your kid after an athlete, who would it be?
Probably name him Kirk Cousins,
Kirk Cousins.
just to give him a rough
Pemberton?
start.
Yeah.
What the heck is this?
Oh,
All right.
okay.
We saw the Lakers
Just
wedding.
It's like the Joker's birthday.
Yeah, yeah.
No, this is. I think
It's a wedding.
this is a baby reveal party. Oh,
It's a
baby
A
baby
shower.
baby
shower.
shower. Oh God,
Wow.
this is terrible.
I would say if it was a funeral, though, pretty cool.
It's a funeral would be great. Yes, this is Kobe's funeral.
Aw.
What he did? He dead. He died.
Yeah.
What?
Too soon.
It's
I know.
crazy. Do you ever think about the what was his daughter's name?
Gigi.
Gigi.
Yeah,
She was like big in women's basketball.
yeah.
And like if she was right now like on her way into the WNBA, it would be enormous.
We don't know
Yeah.
that. That's not true.
But if she was there,
You mean if something that didn't happen happened, would it have happened? You never know.
We don't
no. I mean,
Never
she
know.
might not have been.
She might have gone
yeah,
into
we don't-
she-
civil engineering.
That-
No time for
yeah,
ball.
that's
She might have got
That's-
injured.
that's
she might have
true.
yeah
Yeah.
gone. She might have just gotten inspired. She might have gotten into the Peace Corps.
Kobe would have been a major influencer in women's basketball. He was definitely heading to that point in his
Yeah.
career where he would have put a lot of time and effort into raising the game.
That's a league. That's probably the best league out there today. The
Yeah,
It's a really good
WNBA.
league.
The way that's run and the way
Yeah.
that like I feel like there's something about being a fan of the NFL that is tough.
Tough.
That it's just tough.
That's why I'm an NHL fan.
Yeah. But like the WNBA, I feel like is like it's fun to see a league that's like on the rise and a
Yeah.
sport that is kind of, hitting this new phase and where there's so much of the sports discourse can happen there. And yeah.
Yeah, the new franchise is selling out every night. The one in San Francisco,
So yeah, the
Yeah.
Valkyrie.
Valkyries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this is interesting.
Who's James?
Yeah, that's when they,
LeBron James.
LeBron James. Okay, and this is the Cavs jersey.
This is the Cavs jersey.
He left
Yeah.
the Cavs.
when he left the
left
Cavs.
the Cavs.
He left the Cavs.
Went to Miami,
Yeah.
and then was like 4 years later, he came back.
Yeah.
Right.
So when he left the Cavs, everyone burnt their
Yeah.
burnt their jerseys.
I mean-
Right. Right.
But then
And
he came back.
So that maybe speaks to your thing of if you follow your, you stay loyal to
Yeah.
the players too in some way, except when they play your team.
Yeah.
Then when this happens, you say, "See, I didn't."
Good thing I didn't burn my LeBron James jersey.
But I guess they were just devastated because he betrayed them.
For sure.
essentially,
And he was a guy from the area. He
Yeah.
was like one of theirs from, Akron.
And he's really good.
So do you think that's
He's
cool?
very good at basketball.
Do you think it's cool? It's burning the jerseys?
I don't think it qualifies for either.
Yeah, I don't. I wouldn't say it's cool.
Cool or
I'd say it's more cringe than
Neither.
cool.
All right, mark that one down as neither.
More cringe than cool
Yeah.
for me.
James. So what have we learned here today? We've learned who LeBron James is.
Right. LeBron.
We've learned that you can be a fan of anyone who you want to be a fan of, but try and follow it from the top down. Like make sure you have solid ownership that you're following.
Yeah, I don't watch the games. I check out what the owners are doing. I'm an owner guy. I got a jersey that's got my favorite owners on it.
Who's the owner of the Vikings?
I don't remember. It's two brothers. I think they're not American. Surprise. Isn't that funny how many teams are owned by non-Americans?
Yeah.
Yeah, strong, committed ownership. That's the key.
Yeah.
It doesn't guarantee you're going to win, but it's hard to win without it.
You should
Strong
get
enough to let the GM do his job.
That's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
Is hire good people and let them do their thing. I mean,
Just let him roll. Let KOC, let Quezzy and KOC, let him cook.
Well, I'll tell you this is I have not hired, but I work with strong people and let them do their jobs. So I want to say thank you guys so much for being on the show tonight.
Thanks for having
Thank
me.
you.
And thank you to Colin, Goheen, and Meltem Saricicek
guys.
for
Thank you.
producing the show. I want to say, be fans of who you want to be fans of. And I want to ask you guys, where can people find you? What are your shout outs?
my podcast, which is called The Front Row, is on pause right now.
Okay.
Revamping it. I'm really excited. We've got had some really good interviews with Sam Darnold, Bill Walton.
Very
the
cool.
late great Dick Enberg was a guest that we turned into a podcast for my class, and Dominican Sue was a guest. Jack Flaherty pitches now for the Tigers again. So excited to restart it. That will be coming soon. It's just The Front Row.
Front row.
Jay
Great.
Fellenzer. You can find me on Instagram, Jay Fellenzer.
You can find me at Dominique Sandwiches in Northern Liberties. I'm there, most of the times
Cool.
serving up great sandwiches, or you can just go to johnnypemberton.dog.
JohnnyPemberton.dog.
All the information.
What's your favorite sandwich?
Oh, it's one that had this. It's now gone. It's a Philly place. It was like the best. It's gone, but it was like this sandwich. I think it had I think it was like rapini, some bacon, and provolone, and like stewed tomatoes.
Oh.
It was very good. Like just outstanding.
Nice.
Do you know what's my favorite sandwich here in LA?
What's that?
Giamella's.
Giamella's.
Italian
What do you get
sub.
there?
Italian sub.
There's the Italian cold cuts.
Italian cold cuts. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Love it.
great.
Wow.
That
great
is
stuff.
actually pretty damn good.
In
They
Burbank?
do it right.
It's right there. Yeah, it's been there forever.
Yeah.
It's
really
That's.
good.
I've always gotten to the one in Atwater, but yeah.
Yeah, this one's better, I think.
Oh, is it?
I think it is.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
do
it's
it.
different.
Duly noted.
Yeah,
All right.
it's a classic.
Well, thank you so much for coming to Sam Brown University Podcast. We're going to give you. We're now gonna since you've taken the since you've done the course of
I
the
did it.
podcast, since you completed the course with flying colors, might I add.
Wow.
I'm now going to award the both of you.
Wow.
Oh.
Here,
The
I'll fill this
professor
out.
himself here.
Oh, wow.
I'll fill this out after
Okay.
Wow. Thank you, Sam.
a diploma
Sam, thank you so much.
at Sam Brown University.
a lot of
that's beautiful.
hours and study and heartache and happiness and everything went into this.
And
Thank you.
that's 3 credits, and those are transferable.
By the time in the ice tank.
Outstanding.
Sam Brown,
Est.
Goes
Sam
in my
Brown
office.
University. School's out forever. Class dismissed.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Sam Brown University TV here on the campus of Sam Brown University. This has been great so far, and I want to give a big thank you to our producers, Meltem, Saricicek, and Colin, Goheen, and our editor, Andrew Michel. Also, big shout out to Jonah Ray for the theme song, SAM Bro WN. And if you have money for tickets to prom, you can buy them in the quad at lunchtime. Thank you.